The Sopranos, but with nuclear weapons. Russia. Now, Russia's got a whole crisis, whole buffet of things going on. So, where is Russia right now? The war in Ukraine is still going, but the war economy boom that once kept Russia afloat is starting to run out of gas. Their GDP shrank earlier this year and then barely grew. Forecasts are saying a 1% growth for next year. That's a big fall from over 4% for the past 2 years. Inflation there is still high, even after the central bank dropped rates to 17%. People are feeling it. Car sales are down almost 25%. Everyday stuff costs more, but paychecks don't stretch. The Russian government's wallet is starting to empty out too. Oil and gas revenue dropped 20%. That's huge because Russia's really just a gas station. The budget deficit there is growing, close to 3% of gross domestic product. And Russia can't borrow from global markets because of sanctions. Their rainy day fund, that's down to $50 billion. That's less than 2% of GDP. At their burn rate, they're going to run out in less than a year. So Putin's new plan is taxes, big hikes through aid. That's going to raise money, but it's going to slow their economy down a heck of a lot more. You got to add in the people problem. About 1 million troops are dead or wounded, which sucks. Another million have jetted out of the country, mostly young men who want to avoid the draft. Russia stopped publishing demographic statistics. It's not a great sign. The labor force is starting to shrink fast and it is getting old. Now, technology, that's another problem. Sanctions mean Russia can't get new stuff. No Western chips, no modem, no modern manufacturing. They got to rely on North Korea and China and Iran just to keep things running. People inside Russia are really tired. Two-thirds of Russians are saying they want negotiations instead of endless war. But Putin can totally ignore them. Why? Because the system hasn't totally collapsed yet. He can still forcibly recruit 30,000 men a month by paying them 10 to 20 times what they would make. The poorest regions there are seeing it as the only way to make income. Combine that with censorship and repression, and you can keep a war economy grinding on for longer. Now, on the battlefield, progress there is slow and it's steady. As long as Russian forces keep moving forward a little bit, Putin's not going to see any reason to talk peace. The sanctions, they're actually working, but slowly. He's spending more money to keep the army supplied while real military spending is shrinking once we adjust for inflation. And he's soon got to raise wages in defense factories just to keep the workers there from quitting. That drain means even more money disappearing from civilian budgets and hospitals and schools and infrastructure. If the economy ever tips over into recession, it's going to set off a big doom loop. Higher taxes to fund the war, that slows growth, that cuts revenue, which means you got to have higher taxes again. Putin can afford to fight today, but not forever. He's trading Russia's long term stability for short term battlefield gains. To stop him, the West has to tighten the screws on sanctions, close tech loopholes, hit the financial flows harder, arm Ukraine faster, and make Russia's smartest people see a future somewhere else. Because for now, Putin's betting that as long as he can take more land, he's going to win, even if his country's slowly running out of everything else.